Hi, I'm Molly Suberthorpe. Welcome to my channel, where I offer bite-sized tutorials and demonstrations in hand lettering. Today I'm going to show you a fun little technique, or more like an exercise, for addressing envelopes in a really fun and organic way. If you've ever taken any of my classes or read my books, you may know that I'm not really a stickler for adhering to grids and baselines. I like using them as a tool, but I don't like getting caught up in the sense that I need to adhere to them or else my lettering is somehow wrong. In fact, it's that more organic, handmade look that I personally prefer in my own work. So I have some really opaque Clairefontaine envelopes here with a soapstone pencil. I'm just going to draw some type of shape on my envelope. I'll leave enough room for my stamp, that's fine, but I'll just kind of loosely sketch out a region of the envelope that I would like to try to fill up with my lettering. This basically provides a starting point on the left for all of my lines, an end point at the top, and an endpoint at the right that I'll try to adhere to with every line, but may or may not get to. You'll see, we can maybe add flourishes to hit this line, but either way, I'm gonna start in this top left corner, and I'm going to try to stretch my address to make sure it comes down to this bottom line. And this pencil is easily erasable, so in the end, we aren't going to see this little layout that we drew. I'll be using this Winsor & Newton silver liquid gouache. It's very highly pigmented, it's very metallic, and it actually has a pretty toxic smell. So be forewarned, it's an incredible consistency for a silver ink, but keep your room ventilated. Okay, so starting up here in the top left corner, I'm drawing in an all lowercase alphabet because that makes it easier for me to stick within a shape without sort of going above or below my layout grid very much. So I'm going to just try to adhere as much as I can now to the top line, caring actually less about a baseline and more about adhering to a top line. You can already see here that the grid that I drew myself, or the line that I drew myself, ends over here. But if I'm just gonna write misses, I only have R and S left to go. So fear not, I'm just going to stretch them out a little bit and know that with the S I can add a bit of a flourish too to stretch it out that far. Now back here, starting at the left, this is not about centering just as much as it's not about baselines. You see how I'm just trying to write my new line to fill up the space and the gaps that came in the line right above it. So for example, here I had a nice gap underneath the M, so I made the decision to extend this T upward to fill that as much as possible. So again, this is about sort of interlocking my different layers of text. Now here, even though I haven't made this a very flourished lettering style, I do have a nice bit of space here, so I'm going to just do something a little bit fancier with my D. Well, you see that I have completely surpassed the edge of the line that I drew, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, so that was very fun. Let's make a few more. I think I'm gonna make this one a little bit more round. I don't know, we'll have fun. This is really just a starting point, remember.